Hi everyone, I hope everyone is having a jolly gay time. Before I start this video, I just want to say two things. Yes, this format of videos is heavily inspired by the Thai BL channel. This is not meant to take away from their viewership or audience. I just love this format of video and have been a fan for years. It inspired me to make my own. I will be switching the format slightly as these videos go on, but for now I want to acknowledge the similarity before moving forward. Please go to subscribe to them. I will link their channel down below. Secondly, these opinions are all my own and there is no factual evidence behind any of these. Only my baby gay heart. Thank you. Moving on. Many BLs have come out this year, and while we mostly all agree that Korea has been the best region of BL in 2023, there still have been some amazing Thai BLs released this year. So let's go through my top 5. Before we get into it though, I have a few criteria for these BLs to qualify. 1. More than half of the episodes would have to have aired in 2023. This will make sense when we go through the list. 2. They have to have finished airing before this video was uploaded. Pretty self-explanatory. 3. They have to be gay. That's it. Okay, let's begin. Starting at number 5, I already know this is going to stir the pot. Considering the BLs I have in the number 1 through number 4 spots might not be everyone's favorite. But call me a spoon, because stirring a pot is what I do best. At number 5, we have gay acclaimed Moonlight Chicken. My Earthmix heart will never die, will it? This show was a cinematic masterpiece. Every Earthmix show steps up the plate for scriptwriting and acting in a BL series. There's no reason for GMMTV to be putting crack into their series, but that's what they do every time. It perfectly tackles real-life issues without being overplayed. There are head-turning moments like this one.
แค่เกิดมาจนมึงยังลำบากไม่พอใช่ไหมวะยังเสือกจะเป็นเกย์อีก
And soft moments like this. The director of this series has to be reading BL manhwas in his sleep because there were no misses. The only reason I put it at number 5 is because it was a little heavy to watch. And in the first few episodes, I thought he was committing infidelity. I don't like infidelity storylines personally, but you do you. He didn't end up committing infidelity, but that low-key killed my vibe. Number 4 is another GMMTV series, and if we're going to be honest, most of them are. Next we have a boss and a babe. Some people say a redemption arc for Forcebook, I say character development. This might be controversial, but I actually liked Enchante. Was it a perfect show? No, but it made me appreciate Forcebook more in Boss and Babe because they switched personalities. You could specifically see Book's range really well across both shows. From serious to silly and stoic to quirky, he really ate that shit up. Force plays his role in a common way, but it is partnered well with Book's versatility. The show had the perfect amount of silliness, where it doesn't feel like why, but also not too many serious storylines where it feels like it's a you got to laugh, smile and cry. It is in the number 4 spot because I don't like how indecisive Cher was. In part 1 he was in love, and in part 4 he would disappear and leave a letter behind. Like, oh my god Cher, make up your mind. He's like me deciding which album is better, Guts or Sour. But the cute moments make up for it, so it takes the number 4 spot. Number 3 is going to ruffle a lot of feathers. I'm almost scared to even say it, because I know I'm about to leave people very unhappy. What can I say though? I like to live life on the edge. So get ready to click off this video. My number 3 video is, drumroll please, Destiny Seeker. I know most of you watching this are like, what the fuck is a Destiny Seeker? It's a show on WeTV that surrounds the relationship between Songkram and I. It's a kind of enemies to lovers story, and you know I eat that shit up. If Destiny Seeker is a tenderizer, I'm a steak because that show beat the living crap out of me. I've watched it like 6 times. No, the show isn't great. It's simple, some say boring and nothing too exciting happens. But it's a perfect mindless BL to watch. It feels very 2017. Like a Make It Right or Lovesick. Actually, now that I think of it, it's more frenemies to lovers, but anyways. The show is just 2 people in love with each other, but they don't want to admit it because they're in rival houses. This will kind of make sense if you watch the show. It's a cute watch for my anxiety viewers and has such funny moments. Sometimes I watch it and roll my eyes because it can be really ridiculous, but I think that's half the fun. I just love shitty shows. I have no excuse for it. I like simple and boring. One of my favorite BLs of 2022 was My Ride. So if that doesn't explain my taste, I don't know what does. Before I move on to the top 2, I want to throw in an honorable mention. Is an honorable mention technically cheating? Yes. Will I say it anyways? Yes, because it's my channel and I'm gay AF. This show fought with Moonlight Chicken so hard for the number 5 spot, especially since they have such a similar emotional journey. But Moonlight Chicken was more gay, so it won. Anyways, the honorable mention winner is The Promise. We all know this show is a walking advertisement for a skincare brand, but if I needed to buy a serum to watch it, I would have. This show is so good at tugging at your heartstrings and knew how to perfectly show the feeling of longing. Was the longing completely unrealistic? Yeah, a little, but so is love. I love an estranged best friends to love a storyline. I love a best friends to love a storyline in general. The budget for this show is top tier, especially for a non-big production company. You can truly tell how in love Fupa was and how truly oblivious Nanfa was. The only other reason this didn't make it into the top 5 is because I'm still not fully convinced Nanfa is in love. He was giving too many mixed signals, and at times their relationship felt forced. Maybe it's because they rushed it at the end. They never showed us a moment where he finally realized his feelings or told us when. If they did, it might have lost to Moonlight Chicken. But still a great show. I 10 out of 10 recommend. At number 2 is one that I did not have high expectations for. This ship was not something I thought I would support, and honestly, even after watching it, I'm still iffy on the ship itself, but the show was truly unbeatable. Honestly, I was surprised as to how much I loved the show, considering I'm not a fan of the sci-fi or time travel shows of any kind. At number 2 is Be My Favorite. I know a lot of us were upset because we are passionate Chris Sinto and Podgoin fans. But if I'm being honest, I just want to say, they ate this role the fuck up. I am truly gagged and surprised as to how much they did well on the show. The storyline was amazing. It was weirdly both magical, but also realistic. It tackled a lot of deep emotions that I think a lot of us feel as we get older. It deals with family relationships, grief, and the experiences of properly chasing and receiving love. It also deals with the fact that there is no time in your life where you will follow a perfect path. Every path has its hardships, but you just have to find a path that's right for you. I found that shit so beautiful, and it's something that we don't acknowledge very often. Sometimes we want the path that we dream of and not the path that we need. This little gay show will go down in history as one of GMM's best non-ship shows, and that's why it reached number 2 on the list. At number 1, it comes to no surprise as this is one of the best GMM TV shows ever created. If any of you put this under number 3, you are straight. I don't make the rules. At number 1 is My School President. I will actually be doing a video on the best GMM TV shows later, just you wait. MSB shook everyone to their core, more than a level 9 earthquake. A show full of newbies and actors where, at the time, we hadn't gotten a chance to let them grow on us yet. And these were truly young people. All of them were under 20 before the show started, and most of them are still under 20 now. And so, you know, when this show came out, we were all shocked, surprised, excited, and low-key scared. We had low expectations for a high school love series, but my Glee roots were excited that they were singing all of the time. We finally got actors who can actually sing, thank God. That is the only show where I'm not scared if they pull out a guitar. All characters balance each other out very well in a weird but relatable way. The leads are opposite of their characters in real life, and I love to see that duality. Fourth is chaotic, but he's not. He's not full-on chaotic like Gun. He's more in between Tin and Gun. Gemini, on the other hand, is like a kid, always on a sugar high. He's like Gun chaotic, so much so that, when they switched bodies, it felt so natural. I think Fourth has a capability to be the next Garnath Tappan. He is so well versed, even in Moonlight Chicken, his role was something to be admired. It was crazy how amazing he was able to adapt to that role. And in My School President, a completely opposite role from Moonlight Chicken, he switched into his role seamlessly. All of the GMM TV newbies set the bar for Thai BL actors moving forward. That show turned my heart into a bag of Skittles. I've never seen a casting so well done in GMM TV history. I think every role was fit perfectly. Never once did the acting feel awkward. These boys were trained very well. I am extremely, extremely happy that we got to experience this show in the way that we did and at the time that we did. AHHH, the end of the list. That is all I have for today. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I loved sharing these with you. If I made you angry, I want to say I'm sorry, but being angry makes you homophobic. I don't make the rules. I'm just kidding. We all have our own opinions, and I want to hear your ranking. Let me know down below your top 5 Thai BLs of 2023 so far. I like the interaction, and maybe I'll find some new BLs I haven't seen before. I promise to make an updated one at the end of the year with my top 10. What if a lot of these aren't even on the list anymore? I guess we'll find out. Until next time, stay queer. Swatty crap. Haha. I wanted to make this AI pronounce that. I hope it was funny. Okay, see ya. Stay safe everyone, and lots of love.